I think it's pronounced crew 90.
What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy Johnny, aka Crew 90, and today we're going to talk about dreams. So a quick look at my analytics report shows that 72% of my views come from females. And then a look at my demographics report shows that my channel is most popular with people between the ages of 24 to 34. So that means if you put that together, it is statistically most likely that if you were watching this video right now, you are a female roughly the same age as me. So I already know what you dream about. Dream about Johnny, aka Crew 90, obviously. But I mean, that's a different type of video. We're not gonna be talking about those dreams, you nasties. Today, I wanna talk about amputee dreams. So dreams are basically our subconscious taking the reins temporarily for those few hours every night that we're actually asleep. Which means that whenever we dream, we're getting a chance to see the world as our subconscious sees it. So if we take a physically whole person and remove a part of their body, does their subconscious recognize that that part of their body is now gone, or does it still see them as a physically whole person? I guess like the question I'm asking is, when an amputee dreams, do they still have their missing limb? So whenever I make a video like this, I like to preface it by saying that obviously everything in the video is going to be relative to me and my experiences, and if you're an amputee out there who has had a different experience than what I say in this video, then that's because everybody is different. But whenever I make a video like this, I do reach out to my friends group of amputees and kind of get everybody's opinion so that I can try to get as good of a general consensus as I can. So with that being said, this is obviously not going to pertain to everybody, but this tends to be the general case based on what I have been told from all the amputees that I've spoken to, as well as my own personal experiences. So it's actually kind of common sense. It seems like the longer that you had all of your limbs, the more likely it is that you'll have those limbs in your dream. So for me, I lost my leg at 20 years old. Even now, I've been an amputee for 9.5 years. I still went way longer with both of my limbs, with both of my legs, than I have gone with only one. So when I dream, I virtually never am missing my leg. I almost never, ever am in a wheelchair or specifically have a prosthetic leg on. The only time I have dreams like that is if the dream is specifically about being an amputee. For example, I'm dreaming that like I left my leg at the gym or something, you know. But if I'm just having a general dream, just dreaming about going to the mall with my friends, or just dreaming about being a NASCAR driver, I don't incorporate the fact that I'm an amputee into my dreams. And it seems that that's because I went a very substantial amount of time as a non-amputee. So when I spoke to somebody who lost their limb at 9 years old, it's not surprising that in the beginning their dreams were still of having both of their limbs, but now as an amputee of 30 years, they very often dream that they're still in their wheelchair or that they're in a prosthetic. And this is because at this point they've spent way more time as an amputee than they did as a physically whole, able-bodied person. So with this being said, it appears I would be willing to bet that maybe after I've been an amputee for like 20, 30 years, maybe my dreams might change and might start incorporating my prosthetic into them. But as of right now, an amputee of only 9.5 years who was able-bodied for 20 years, I mean, all of my dreams are just normal, quote unquote. Now, one of my friends who did not lose their leg until they were well into their 50s, they're now like 70 something, and they've never had a dream of their prosthetic, not even once. One person that I talked to who was born, they were a congenital amputee, they were born without their limbs, it was actually their arm. Every dream they have, they're missing their arm. That's because that's literally all that their subconscious has ever known for them. So it really, this is very common sense material here. It really just seems like the more time that you spent as a physically whole person, the more likely you are to be physically whole in your dreams. Now, with that being said, one major exception is my brain incorporates whatever is like going on in the real world, which is how it usually works. And so if I'm having like a lot of phantom pain for a particular stretch of time, that gets carried over into my dreams, and then for whatever reason, for the next several nights or however long the phantom pain seems to last, every dream I have will be about me being an amputee. And it seems to be like not just where I'm an amputee in the dream, but I'm specifically dreaming about being an amputee. Or when I had a bump on my knee that was very painful. After about a week of being in pain, almost every dream I had was about me being an amputee. And again, a lot of amputees I spoke to said that this was a very common theme. If they were having an issue with their leg or with their arm or wherever they lost the part of their body from, if they were having an issue with it, then their dreams tended to be more amputee based. But just generally speaking, no. Amputees do not dream of their missing limb very often. In fact, we dream that we still have it. So I guess I should rephrase that. We don't dream that we're missing a limb. In our dreams, we still are fully able-bodied. With the exception being if you lost your limb very young or were born without it. But if you're an amputee and your experience is completely different from what I'm saying, or if you have any other insight in general, I'd love to hear it. Put it in the comment section. I will respond to you. And otherwise, I hope that this video was a little informative and at least answered some questions that some of y'all may have had about how amputees dream. So as always, it's your boy Johnny, aka Crew 90, and I'll catch you next time.